Hi everybody, how you doing? We're gonna make cheeseburger pizza tonight. And this is gonna be a couple of different videos together because we're gonna make the pizza dough. We're gonna get it all ready to rise. And then we'll probably have to do another video on how to make the hamburger and the sauce because you're not gonna buy a jarred sauce. You're gonna use a homemade sauce, and I'll tell you what I do when I have just a cheese pizza to make it a little better. And then there's the baking, and then there's the topping of it. So we're gonna have a couple videos. Okay. So, and this is probably going to be the last that I do here in my apartment because we're getting close to moving and I'm running out of money and food. So I'm sharing what I got with y'all. Okay, so here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, do you guys remember me showing you how to read a candy thermometer? Can you see that blue strip in there? There you go. Can you see that? That gives you the temperature. And when you put this in to take the temperature, you don't want this tip touching the bottom, especially of a pan. It'll break. And you just use this, you slide this up and down. And so you can clip it onto the pan. You see how that clip comes out? You clip it onto the pan to keep this off of the bottom and to keep it still. And then you can turn this too a little bit if you need to so that you can see it while it's cooking. And never, never, never put it in the soapy water when you do dishes. Never, 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 because you'll ruin it and you'll have to buy a new one. They're not terribly expensive, but you could really piss off somebody who likes baking if you ruin their thermometer. So, okay. And I got to check the temperature. And I do what I said I wasn't going to. Okay. Here's my recipe. Come out of a cookbook. And one thing that I've been doing is putting in all of the flour, but then I get frustrated because it just will not stir in. So I decided that with this and with other recipes, I'm going to stop with the last half cup of flour. And I'm going to look at the recipe and see if it's got the consistency that I want. Then I'm not going to add any more flour. If you need flour, add a little bit, like half of it maybe, a third of it, and just see how that goes with your dish that you're making. So there you go. Okay, so I got 2 cups instead of 2.5 cups here. And a package of dry yeast. Now, this is dry yeast. This is quick rise. And this is what you use for pizza dough because you want it to rise quickly. And there's the active yeast. That one you have to put in warm water and a little bit of sugar because the sugar activates the yeast. And there's no sugar in a pizza. With this kind, you don't need the sugar. With the active yeast, you do need the sugar in the warm water, and you let it sit in there until it's nice and bubbly, and then you can put it in your dish, your pizza, your bread, whatever you're making. My good old wire whisk. Gotta have my wire whisk. Okay, we're going to stir that up. We're going to put in the salt. Okay, my water's a little bit warm. What's not? What's the temperature? 120 to 130? Oh, there it is, 125. You got to have the right temperature or it just will not rise. Look at that. Didn't even get all the salt. Now you're supposed to put oil in, and it's really important to put it in. It does something to the texture and the moisture of it. It just really adds. Okay. Try not to make a mess as we stir this up. This is what it looks like. Give it a good stir. Okay. See this? This is too sticky. See, this is, sorry, I don't have good lighting here. This is too sticky. It's just, it needs a little bit more flour. So I've got a half a cup to put in. I'm going to do about a third of a cup. And see how that is. Hopefully that's not too much. But we're going to find out in a minute. Gotta scrape. All right. Stir, stir, stir. Okay. So it still needs a little bit more flour, but we're going to turn it out on a board and roll some, incorporate some flour into this. We're going to need, I'm going to show you how to knead. Oh, so much to do. Okay, so you want to get flour on your, it's called board. That's what they call it. It used to be a board that you'd turn your dough out on a board and knead it, but that's a long time ago that we used that phrase. But if you hear it, that's what it means. Okay, we're gonna incorporate some of this flour in here. Well, maybe not any more than that. Let's see. It is a little bit sticky. I'm just grabbing a hold of it and turning it in and just folding it over. And I don't know what that is. I swear I wiped my counter. I swear I did. Okay. I'm gonna quit now. It's pretty good. It's to the touch. It's not sticky. And so you got enough flour in there. The other side is a little bit sticky, but I wouldn't worry about it. See, and it doesn't matter that it's got cracks and stuff in it. That's fine. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Okay, wash your hands at this point because you got dough on them. Yeah, washy, washy, washy. Okay, and for this, you're going to want to use a heavier bowl because you're going to set it where there's a little bit of heat. And so you want to just have a bowl. So usually, here, you put some oil in. And you kind of get that all over. So you just get it all over. Because you don't want your dough to stick. when it raises, and it's not going to raise that high, but I don't know, I'm just weird. I like to do the whole thing. Okay, I don't have to go wash my hands because I'm going to show you what you do. You do that to get oil on it. You want a little bit of oil on it. There, I just kind of even it out a little bit. Oil on the top by just dropping it in there and turning it back over. And now you cover it with a cloth, a clean one. Do I have a clean one? Yes, I do. Time to do laundry. You cover it with a clean towel. And what I do is I turn on the oven for the pizza. So I turn it on to, like 425. And put this on a burner or close to the heat and just let the heat help make it rise. And it takes about, it says 20 minutes, but it really takes about half an hour to get it up to where it's kind of doubled. It doesn't fully double, but it kind of, it'll rise. You'll see it be bigger. And so that's what we're going to do next is take the crust and get it ready and get the pizza sauce ready and the hamburger ready and yep, all that. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.